What's up, you guys? It is your girl Devo. Yay! I'm downtown Phoenix at Chic Artistry Studios, and today is our first ever This or That pop up. So we're out here, first Friday, sitting here with
True father.
True Father. What's up? How are you doing today?
Peace. I'm peace. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. This your first time playing This or That? Have you seen the show before?
I've seen the show, but it's not my first time playing.
Okay, so
Yeah,
okay.
because we played this or that at our open mic night at Grassroots.
Not yeah,
Yeah,
because you bought the card set, right?
yeah.
Y'all got the card set, so they got the cards for sale, y'all. They bought the cards, so we're gonna play a little game of This or That right now, live.
Get it?
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first question is: would you rather be left on red, or would you rather somebody just reject you? Like, which one do you feel like is worse?
Reject me.
Really?
Keep it real. Like, let me know. I'm not the type to be doing all this investigative.
Overthinking
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah,
So you rather somebody just tell you straight up, like,
yeah.
I'm
I
good.
respect that. Instead
Really?
of playing games. We all grown folk.
Okay, true that, true that. Would you go iPhone or Android? I'm not
Um,
gonna go there with you today, Dom. Well,
I'm just gonna say that I'd rather go Android. The only reason why I have an iPhone is it was gifted to me.
okay. So Dom, okay, you got one. You're not embarrassed tonight. So would you go Michael Jackson or Prince?
It's a hard one.
Yeah, that's a hard
Uh,
one. MJ.
I, I gotta keep it real, and I gotta go with Michael.
Okay, that's what most people say. And then why do you choose Michael Jackson over Prince? Because
For
I
the,
would say Prince.
for the simple fact, he just was more universal and appealing, and he was someone who I tried to be like when I was young, right? Like trying to be like Prince, you know,
You're like,
putting
I don't want to wear that.
Pops to put it into that real quick. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't even think about it that way. Okay, that's a good answer. Good answer, that one. So, speaking of Michael Jackson, who would you say is today's modern day Michael Jackson? Would you say it's Chris Brown or would you say it's Beyonce? Because that's been like a discussion on social media.
Well, in regards to those two, I would say Chris Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
And then why do you say Chris Brown?
Because he's mesmerizing,
Mm-hmm.
right? He has that awe factor, right? Beyonce, she's cool to look at and everything, and she does her thing. But Chris Brown is like, oh, I wish I could do that.
Okay.
Whereas Beyonce, I feel like a lot of people can uh, mimic her.
Mm-hmm.
While Chris Brown's like, dang, I wish I could do that.
The stuff he does is like difficult.
Right.
Like,
He
wow.
does aerial things.
Yeah,
That's where
yeah.
Chris Brown stands out more than Michael, because Michael is more grounded.
Yeah.
You know,
Have you ever been to a Chris Brown
I
concert?
have not.
I haven't either, but I
Yeah.
heard he be flying all over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all in air.
I went to the Kendrick Lamar concert though, and SZA was flying throughout there with some butterfly wings.
Okay, so you went to the Kendrick
Yeah,
concert,
for
huh?
sure.
So would you say
There we go.
Kendrick or would you say Drake?
Easy, easy. Kendrick.
Okay, K Dot. Okay,
Uh,
and why? I didn't say it, he said it. Why?
because Kendrick is an MC and Drake is a studio rapper.
Okay, and explain like what you mean by studio
I
rapper.
mean,
Explain to the people because they be getting
look,
mad.
as an MC, this is too long to talk about. Man.
Yeah.
Like it's too long. But basically, real MCs they write their own stuff. We don't have ghostwriters, and I just don't feel he's ever been in a cipher in his life
Oh, okay.
ever.
Let me stop. Okay, so you're gonna go with Kendrick.
Kendrick all day.
Would you go onion rings or French fries?
French fries.
Why French fries?
I don't like onion rings.
Really? What's your favorite place to get fries from?
Favorite place to get fries from? I like dang, that's crazy. What is the name of that spot in Tempe? Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's a spot in Tempe.
Yeah, black owned. Yeah,
Oh, black on. I thought you was gonna say Chick-fil-A. A lot of people say Chick-fil-A. I think it's the waffle fries.
Burger Rush?
Burger Rush.
Yeah,
Okay,
Burger Rush.
shout outs to Burger Rush.
That's
They
great
got
fries.
fire fries over at Burger Rush in Tempe.
Hmm.
In Tempe. Okay. Let's see. Would you rather do a hotel or would you rather stay in an Airbnb?
I'm gonna go with Airbnb.
Okay.
No, scratch that. I'm gonna go a hotel. If it's a nice hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why you change your mind?
Because I remember my experiencing an Airbnb is you get pampered in a hotel. You know, like
You can get room
yeah,
service. You
all
can get
that, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So like you gotta take care of yourself when you're in an Airbnb, and like
True.
if you're on vacation or whatnot, you want to be pampered a little bit.
You don't want the privacy of your own house though.
I mean that's cool, but see my Airbnb experience, there was somebody else in another room next
Oh,
to
it was
me,
like one of those
and so we had
dual.
to share
Okay.
like the bathroom and everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you can do the hotel 5-star experience. Um, Vintage items or designer items?
I'll go with vintage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why vintage?
because I'm thinking of like old comic books that are worth a lot, and like old gold coins and things like that. Um, does I guess like they're worth more money?
Okay.
Yeah,
You feel like it's more valuable
mm,
than something designer new is like, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
You like rolling the dice with that.
Let me ask you, would you go Megan Thee Stallion or Tory Lanez?
Well, I'm a man.
He said.
I'm a man, so I mean, I would go.
If you had to pick a side.
Oh, as far as like what they're going through, right?
Yeah, like
Oh, Tory
was
Lanez,
you going to pick Tory? Why?
because he ain't shoot that girl.
You think he didn't do it?
Uh, they they said he. I mean, they straight out came out and said that he didn't do it, and all
But then they came out and said he did too. He
Are you keeping up with the story, sis?
No, I'm asking you what you think.
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah.
This ain't about me. I'm staying out of it.
My bad. Yeah, but according to what I seen, like some recent uh, evidence came out that exonerates Tory Lanez, and he done served all that time for something he ain't even do.
Okay.
Yeah, and that ain't cool. You know,
So you're gonna go with Tory.
I stand on the truth, so I gotta go with the truth.
Okay. He
Yeah.
said he's telling the truth.
If he did that, then he where he need to be. But if he didn't, he shouldn't be in there.
But you don't feel like he did.
I don't feel like he did.
Okay. So he's gonna go with Tory Lanez. Nicki or Cardi?
I'll go with Nicki.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go as far as artistically. I will go with Nicki.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. The queen.
yeah.
Enough said. Live band or a DJ?
Wow. The DJ is hip hop, so it's kind of hard to pick a live band over my culture. But gosh, man, ain't nothing like performing with a live band and a DJ though. You know, but if I had to choose between the two, I'm gonna go with the DJ.
A DJ.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they be scratching.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
And scratching is hip hop, and that's what a lot of hip hop is missing these days is the scratching.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So you're gonna go with live or no, go DJ.
Yeah.
DJ. Chicken wings or strips?
Okay, I'm gonna go with wings, even though I'm plant based, so I rock with hot sauce and
Oh,
pepper.
okay.
Hot sauce and pepper. They got the cauliflower wings, so I'll just go with that. Yeah.
Okay, cauliflower wings.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Apple Music or Spotify?
I'll go with Spotify
Okay, why Spotify?
because I listen to Spotify, and only time I listen to Apple Music is when other people are playing it. So I just got to go with what I'm familiar with. Even though I rock with Tidal, that's my main joint, but
Oh, okay.
I've used Spotify.
So
I haven't personally used Apple Music.
okay, so you're gonna go with Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify. And then would you do a CD or MP3?
I'm gonna say CD.
Okay, that's a throwback.
That's what?
That's a throwback.
It's a throwback.
Yeah,
you
because
know.
CD is kind of old school. Like, yeah, I love
Tell
that.
my age. Yeah, because the MP3, I'd rather, I like vinyl too.
Okay,
And
that's what I was gonna ask you too. Digital or vinyl?
yeah, anything that's physical over digital.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So you want hard physical copies or something?
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
Got that warmth.
It's substantial.
Yeah.
And then, would you rather go 10 years into the future or 10 years into the past?
That's some good questions, man. You know, I guess I'll go 10 years in the past.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had some good times these past 10 years.
Okay, that's a good answer.
I could revisit some things that happened before.
That was a good positive
There
answer.
ain't no telling if the world is still here with Trump and
Oh
Elon
yeah, true.
in
True
10
that.
years. So
True that. We might be at, I don't know where we're gonna be at.
go to the future and everything's just a black.
It disappeared. And then would you rather songwrite or perform? Or write or perform? Which one do you prefer?
I like performing.
Okay.
Yeah, I like both, but definitely performing because writing is very intimate and it's very personal. But when you perform, you're inspiring others, and you know that's what it's all. That's what to me life is all about.
Yeah. So you're gonna go with perform.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And is there anything you want to say? Anybody want to shout out? You just played your first game of this or that.
Indeed. Where am I looking at? Right here. Right here. Yo, shout out to the Grove Spot. You know what I'm saying, my brothers. We got 40 acres of land up north. You know what I'm saying, trying to get free. And, you know, we have a podcast called Plot in Progress in which we talk about the importance of land ownership and our journey into becoming a land owner. So shout out to my brothers. Shout out to, you know, School of Hip Hop Phoenix. And, you know what I'm saying? Peace to all the real brothers and sisters that think positive and do positive things. Peace to the nation of gods and earths.
All right. Thank you so much.
That was cool.
Hey, you guys looking for a way to pass the time? You know, work events, road trips, social events? We got you right here. Get your This or That card game at www.thisorthat365.com.